Hello there, good morning to you. This is Kakaaki Social. I'm Obozeghie. Welcome to today's edition. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu approved the appointment of 5 persons on Monday to join the Renewed Hope Presidential Advisory Team. Among the 5 of them, one was the highlight of the appointment on social media, and that's a 2019 presidential candidate from the Alliance for New Nigeria Party, ANN, Fela Durotoye, who is appointed Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Values and Social Justice. Mixed reactions, of course. Now, the President tasked the new appointees to uphold the highest standard of decorum and decency in their engagement with all members of the public, regardless of any differences. Now, let's bring you in to see how you're reacting to this. And that was Fela Durotoye in 2019 there with his campaign flyer while he wanted to preside over Nigeria as the first man of the country. For good news, he says, congratulations, sir. An SSA in national value and social justice is a great feat to implement your ideologies in governance than those who are on the critic mic. Also in reaction, Auntie Agbado attached these photos and he says, as aspire to perspire no work, Fela Durotoye don't retire to SSA position. But technically, aspire to perspire would serve as the synonym for motivational speakers, right? So Uncle Wilson says, in the third force. And also in reaction, this user says, Fela Durotoye has given you the confirmation that it's not all the youths that contest that want that position. They only want to be noticed and bag a position. In 2014, I rather wasted my vote on Fela Durotoye instead of Buhari or Atiku. I just lost my respect for the same man who criticized APC evil, from presidential aspirant to SSA. What a loss of honor. For Dr. Umar, he says, we thank God for Tinubu. Without him, we wouldn't know these men on suit are only but men of dishonors and low life. Now, let's move away from that to another story to say that reactions are trailing the use of a presidential jet by the son of the president, Seyi Tinubu, to attend polo tournament at the Usman Dantata Polo Ground in Kano State. In the pictures on social media, Seyi was in the company of armed security agent and was received by a representative of the Kwankwasia movement. But would Seyi Tinubu have set the pace if President Muhammadu Buhari's daughter, Hanan Buhari, had not done the same in 2020 while her father was in office? Because there was outrage too at the time when she used a presidential jet for a reason as private as photo tour in Bauchi State as a professional photographer that she is. Now, just last year too, Remi Tinubu and Nana Shetima were also in a presidential air fleet aircraft under the Nigerian Air Force to see flood victims in Benue State, and that was when their husbands were still presidential candidates and running mate of the APC. But let's come back to today to have your reactions to Seyi Tinubu using the private jet, presidential jet, to visit Kano State just to see his favorite spot, as it's put on social media. Henry Akpabio says, before, what would he have used? Please, let's focus on more serious issues that would add value to our country. He's the son of the president and he can enjoy such privilege. Tali says, can't he book first-class flight, also rent the best SUVs to pick him up at the airport? Why must it be the jet that the president uses? Isn't the jet fueled by the nation's money and meant for president? Is first son recognized by the constitution? Uncle Sam says, no be today is that. Nigeria has made political offices family business. I won't be surprised to see office of the son of the president. And then for financial strategists, he's saying that it is not a problem if the Air Force gives him the bill for the flight and he settles it. Otherwise, it would be bad optics for your dad to be telling the rest of us to endure hardship while you turn a plane on the presidential fleet into your pool car. But then for this user, he says, in as much as I'm not a supporter of the wastage, if my father was the president, I would use the presidential jet and even walk on a red carpet all the way to my eating convoy of Rolls Royce and limousines. No be him no be head humility go start from when. Okay, I take that again. No be head humility go start from when others they do them as them like. All right then. So defense and attack, right there, mixed reactions, of course, to every story. And then a chieftain of the APC in Lagos State, Wale Amhed, is advising prospective corps members to stop making efforts to influence their posting. He would prefer that the fresh graduate accept wherever they are posted to serve in the country to allow them explore. Although he acknowledged the state of insecurity, so he called on government to ensure everyone is safe and work towards raising their stipend of the NYSC corps member, those who are in the scheme and those who are ready. Let's see how this made netizens yesterday. Dr. Yvonne says, no, they won't. Why? Where are the youth corpers who were kidnapped 2 months ago? Until Nigeria is sane, every Nigerian youth must protect themselves. And he continued to say that it's about time the NYSC gets scrapped. It has outlived its purpose. Also in reaction, Kanye says, you won't even stay in the country you are born to receive treatment or do holidays, but NYSC should stay where they are posted. And she says, big head. Oh, well, Dr. Vincent, he says, hope his children will go serve in Borno State when posted there. Not fair sending poor people's children to conflict-prone communities in Nigeria while keeping your children safe and away in Fortress, US and Canada. Also in reaction, Wall Street says, same NYSC that is not important again in Nigeria. We have an appointed minister that didn't even finish NYSC, but appointed minister. Okay, Adam says that's an interesting statement from Rep. Wale Amhed. Says it raises questions about the flexibility of corps members posting and their role in different states. I think if people could really help it, they would even want to serve where they prefer and not this. And so, but it's good that he gave a clause that the government have to step up on their own responsibility as well to ensure safety of everyone. So our final story. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, have arrested a 67-year-old suspected drug trafficker, Clement Chukwuemeka. That was over the weekend, by the way, at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport here in Abuja for ingesting 100 wraps of cocaine. Now, according to the spokesperson for NDLEA, and why this is even a social media news is because Femi Babafemi says Chukwuemeka turned a drug peddler to enable him raise money to marry a second wife. Now, let's see briefly what he said in his statement, according to the spokesperson. He said, while under observation, he excreted a total of 100 wraps of cocaine weighing 2.195 kg in 4 excretions. In his statement, he claimed to have spent 30 years in Brazil, Ethiopia, and Thailand, while he was once married but lost his wife and without a child. He added that was why he decided to go into drug trafficking to raise money to marry a new wife and start life afresh. Well, J-Jam says, imagine the luxurious wedding ceremony he would have had. He would start giving TED Talks on how people could still make it regardless of age and blah, blah, blah. Gimark says, not that he wanted to raise money for hospital bills or solve any kind of life-threatening issues, but to marry a new wife. Now he will go to prison and someone else will marry the very woman he wanted to marry. Even said new wife would despise and mock him now. Also in reaction, Sylvester says, better to catch them at home than let them be caught outside. Good work, NDLEA. Step it up and keep up the good work. So that's everything on Kakaaki Social this morning.